Hey, Jeff Hunter here of Pro Chevrolet, Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Today, we're going to be looking over this vehicle right here. That is the 2018 Chevrolet Equinox in the Premier trim. That means it is loaded with features, safety-wise, tech-wise. We're going to go have a peek at it right now, so come on with me. All right, so here it is, the 2018 Chevrolet Equinox in the Premier trim. As you can see, doesn't look a whole lot like the last one, maybe size-wise, but even that being said, it's a little bit shorter, which obviously helps with turning and parking and all that kind of stuff. But the nice part is they are retaining a very similar interior space, and the reason how they did that is we are not offering a 6-cylinder motor in this anymore, but we're offering some 3 potent motors. One is a 1.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder. This one we're looking at right now is a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder, which offers the same, very similar power, probably more torque than some of the 6-cylinders out there. And then also we are going to be offering a diesel in this as well, which is pretty exciting. They aren't quite out yet, but they are right around the corner, and I'm sure we'll be seeing some of those as soon as we can. Anyways, again, not a whole lot the same, different headlights, different grille. Really the only thing that's the same between this one and the old one would be the nameplate, that Equinox right there on the side, and maybe that bow tie out front. Speaking of that gold bow tie, you can actually change that to black to change the looks up, depending on the color of the vehicle you have. This one we're looking at right now, color-wise though, is in the iridescent pearl tri-coat. So a very rich looking color, might be hard to tell right now, but it's not like your typical white. If you look up close there, you might be able to see it's got a shimmer, it's got a metallic flake to it, so obviously looking pretty sharp. Sitting on 19-inch wheels right now as well. We have some chrome touches with the mirror caps here. Roof racks on this one, of course, with the cross rail. So if you're hauling around a kayak or even just some luggage, it's a pretty cool feature up there. And also, I don't know if you can see this here, full sunroof. That thing is almost front to back. Pretty awesome. Another one of my favorite features on this, of course, is that keyless entry. You just push that button and it allows yourself in. If we head on back here, decent amount of back seat room. I'm 6'2" myself. I can sit in that front seat there and put the seat where I like it, sit in the back seat, and I still have legroom. So that says a lot for a smaller crossover. That being said, your passengers in the back are really also going to love a couple other things. We have heated seats in this one. So you have the heated seats in the back. There's a couple USB ports. There's actually a plug-in down below, so your passengers can ride in style as well. Also, looking back here, we can see this one has a leather trim with the baseball stitching there. So very rich looking interior as well. Head around the back, as you can see, completely different look again. The different taillights, just the different lines overall, which give this a great look. And because this is the 2-liter turbo, you see the dual exhaust out the back. It just gives another nice look. One of my favorite things about this vehicle, though, is this feature right here. That's right, just kick my foot underneath and it pull that open. You can also do it with the key fob here as well, and of course you can do it up here also. As you can see, tons of room back here. One of the things I did forget to show you about the back seat as well, we're talking about room, we're talking about storage, is the ability of these seats. So if you don't have your passengers back here, they're enjoying all those cool features, it has the ability to drop down on both sides, of course, and it really folds pretty darn flat, a lot more flat than the old ones did. So of course the nice thing about that is a lot more storage. I think what we'll do now is we're going to go inside and I'm going to go over a bunch of the features that this 2018 is now offering. So here we are inside the 2018 Chevrolet Equinox. As you can see right off the bat, totally redesigned, totally different. Loving the new style of the inside here. Right down to obviously the different dash, different screen. We're gonna go over a bunch of it, so bear with me. There's a lot of stuff to go over inside this now. Starting with, we'll go down here and we'll look at this. Maybe get the reflection out of the way. Bose stereo. So obviously it's gonna give us an amazing sounding stereo system, but on top of that, not only is it's gonna give you a little more crisp sound for your Bluetooth. So that's also nice. As you can see in here, beautiful 8-inch color touchscreen with the ability to have navigation. As you can see right there, you have nav in this one, projection, which again is that Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, mirror some of your apps from your phone on the screen. So let's say you didn't get the navigation, you didn't get the Premier, and you didn't get the navigation as an option, you still have the projection icon, which will allow you to use the maps from your phone right up on the screen, because it does mirror some of the apps from your phone, and maps of course included up there. Working our way down here, separate climate control for driver passenger. That's an awesome thing to have. It's nothing, we didn't have that before. Of course, you're going to have the heated seats in the leather. You can get it in the cloth also. And as I mentioned, you have the heated seats out back. But this takes it a step further and allows us to have ventilated seats now. So it has the air conditioned seats, which we did not have before in this vehicle. So it's a pretty cool feature, especially with that leather, that black leather. Working our way over to the steering wheel, you have your Bluetooth controls here. This right here will control that screen there. So you can, as you can see, it'll give you a bunch of different information on the vehicle. Safety feature wise, there is a ton of them. I'll go over just a couple. That button right there, it's called lane keep assist. That'll actually keep you in your lane. So as long as the vehicle can read the lines of the road, it'll keep you from drifting. So it's a great safety feature. And in addition to that, we have forward collision alert, which is that right there. It'll beep and let you know if somebody is stopping in front of you rapidly, but it also has low speed mitigation braking as well. So what that essentially does is it will stop the vehicle. If you're traveling at a low rate of speed, it'll actually slow down and then stop the vehicle if somebody would pull out in front of you to help avoid a collision. So obviously we're hoping that's going to prevent a few fender benders. Electric parking brake right there, which is a pretty slick feature. We have, because this is a 2-liter turbo, we have tow haul mode there, and we also have the all-wheel drive button. So essentially for the, let's say 75% of the time, even for us here in the Sioux, 75% of the time we're driving this vehicle, it's going to be in front-wheel drive, which is also going to obviously aid in the fuel efficiency. So that way we have the ability to put it in all-wheel drive when it's needed, which is obviously not going to be all the time. Speaking of fuel efficiency, obviously that's going to help, but also we have something right there called auto stop. So when this vehicle has come to a stop at a traffic light, it's not minus 100 degrees outside, the engine will actually shut off, and before I have my foot off the brake and back on the gas, it's back running again, which is going to aid in the fuel efficiency. None of your stuff shuts off, so you still have your full screen control and your stereo and your air conditioning or heat, whatever it is on. But anyways, we work our way down over here. There's our memory seat, so driver. You can have 2 drivers with their own settings, and then we also have, that is in relation to obviously the back hatch. It's programmable, so you can adjust the height on that as well. One other thing I really like about this vehicle that it has, the seat I'm sitting on, obviously I can't show this to you, but it has a safety alert seat. Pretty amazing feature. So if I was to turn over into the left lane, there's somebody there in my blind spot, my left butt cheek is actually going to vibrate, and likewise for the right. And if I'm backing into something or about to back into something, it'll vibrate as well. Much better than a beeping system, I feel, because it's definitely going to get your attention. One other thing on this vehicle is it had the ability to, of course, like all of our GM vehicles, right there you have your auto headlights, but this is going to take it to another level and give you something called IntelliBeam headlights. IntelliBeam headlights turn on your high beams and turn off your high beams when needed. If you're like me, I am terrible for this, and I forget I have my high beams on sometimes until somebody flashes me. And basically, what this is going to do is going to eliminate that. So, let's say you're going for an evening ride to St. Joe's Island. You leave town. As soon as you get into the dark, the dark highway, the headlights, the high beams will come on. If an oncoming car is coming against you, or you're pulling up behind somebody, the high beams will go off. And if you pull back into Sault Ste. Marie, where you're getting street lights, the headlights will come on. The high beams will go off again as well. Just going to show you up here as well. A massive sunroof gives tons of light into this vehicle. Anyways, thanks for bearing with me. I know this is a bit longer video than normal. I haven't even gone over a lot of the things I still wanted to go over, but of course, if you have any questions, please come and see us. I'd love for you to take a test drive. This 2-liter turbo is a fantastic motor that we've got in this, tons of power. You really can't appreciate it until you drive it. And most certainly, if there's any videos you'd like to see, please forward it to my way. Let me know if there's a vehicle you want to see a little more in depthly, and